Where do you think this ranks as far as the season compared to 2001 at this point?
The things about being a Seattle Mariners fan is you do spend a decent amount of time celebrating and commemorating mediocrity. You think that's fun for us? We didn't even make it to the World Series this year.
So, I thought you were enjoying the present moment.
I am.
Those moments were great.
Unlike the 2001 team, this team does feel a little different. It feels like a team you've seen, never in a Mariners uniform, but a team that you've seen, like I've seen a team like that win the World Series before.
What's going on, my friends, and welcome to this edition of Off Base. It's your girl, Lauren Gardner, alongside Xavier Scruggs and a very special guest at exactly the right time. Joining us for this edition of Off Base, Dustin Nickerson, comedian, and if the sweatshirt doesn't give it away, diehard Seattle Mariners fan. How are you feeling, my friend? You gotta be on cloud nine right now.
There's not been a lot of times many days that I've gotten to say this in my life, but today it is a good day to be a Seattle Mariners fan. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate comedians are getting taken off TV everywhere. So,
well, hey,
MLB Studios, brave enough to keep me in.
It's not even your first time being off base, so
No.
we're glad to have somebody that's been a part of this before.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I want to kick it off and just ask you just what you've thought about the season for the Mariners in general, right? And obviously it's been a magical one, but what have you thought from your perspective? Because you've been on the show previously, and we haven't had these great upbeat discussions about Seattle.
No, I mean, and even a diehard, especially diehard Mariners fans like me, are like, hey, this will end soon, right? Because there are such a thing as cursed franchises,
right?
And we have been one of those, and so you just. You almost feel like you're in therapy where you're just like someone's telling you like, hey man, you just got to enjoy each day.
Just be happy that
just
it's happening at all.
Hey, Cal won the Derby. Enjoy today. Don't think about the next thing. Hey, you guys signed Naylor and Gino. Enjoy today. Hey, you guys lost 11 of 12. Don't do anything rash. So things are great. I was looking at this earlier today. So there's 4 teams in the AL West, right? And amongst those with the AL West titles, where do you think Seattle ranks as far as teams that have won the AL West the most? 1 through 4.
4th.
It's a trick question. 5th. Because the Royals, who haven't been in the division since the 80s, have won more division titles. We're a bad franchise. We don't historically get these moments. So, I mean, so much so that you remember the years.
Right.
Can you imagine asking a Yankees fan, hey, what years have you won the AL East? They're like, I mean, too many.
Right,
and we're like 95, 97, 2001, 2025. So it's great. Things are great. We're very excited.
Well, before you hit them on another one, where do you think this ranks as far as the season compared to 2001 at this point?
Great question. That was a historic season.
Yeah, 116.
Each year was rookie year.
Right, yes.
Got an MVP that year. Mm-hmm. Sasaki coming out of the pen.
Are you saying there's a correlation here? We'll get to that. We'll get to that next block.
Hopefully not entirely, because that's a very disappointing season.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the things about being a Seattle Mariners fan is you do spend a decent amount of time celebrating and commemorating mediocrity. There is a banner in what I call Safeco Field. I believe it's T-Mobile now.
Yeah.
Right now that says 2001 division champ, and then under it says 116 wins. You think that's fun for us?
Right.
You think that we didn't even make it to the World Series this year? Outside the stadium, there's a statue of Junior sliding, the double, Edgar, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens? We lose the next round of the playoffs. We don't even go to the World Series. Our best moments are like early division playoff wins. So
I thought you were enjoying the present moment.
I am.
Those moments were great.
That's to go back to the original question. You are just taking it day by day and trying to enjoy. And optimism is guardedly high right now because it does. Unlike the 2001 team, this team does feel a little more stacked. Like it just feels that 2001 team had five very good starting pitchers. And this one has like aces.
Right.
That one was led by a leadoff guy. This one is led by
some middle of the
some
order
power hitters in the middle. So it feels a little different. It feels like a team you've seen, never in a Mariners uniform, but a team that you've seen, like I've seen a team like that win the World Series before.
Yeah, that's a good.
There's some magic there,
That's good
and I love that.
perspective.
A little
I like
Soto
that.
Mojo is what they call it. South Downtown Magic. A very
Oh, wow.
a
That's
very-
exactly what Soto stands for in baseball right now.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. You talked about 2001 being the last time that the Mariners won the division. Let me give you some facts here, Dustin. I know
okay.
you
This
had
is
a
gonna
fun tweet
depress
about
me.
your
Break
son.
it down.
Last time it happened, the iPhone didn't exist.
Oh, gosh.
What? Wrap your head around that. Tom Brady had not made an NFL start.
Wow.
Taylor Swift's first album was still 5 years away. Wow, Taylor. And yeah, that was pretty wild. So here's the tweet. Your son is a freshman in college. We were just talking about it before we started the show. I love this first time in his entire life. How was that text exchange?
My son is a freshman in college. He's a runner at San Jose State. He's 18. He's not like a little boy.
This is so sweet.
You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like looking at your 9-year-old son.
Right,
and you're like,
right.
this is
Fully
the
jaded
first-
now.
Right.
Oh,
After being
that
an
kid's old
Avs
enough to
fan.
go to war. That kid like votes. It's not like a sweet little kid story. He was -6 when it's crazy. It's so much has happened since then. So yeah, it's very sweet. It's been so long since the Mariners. This is good perspective. It's been so long since the Mariners won the West that we birthed and I raised a child. He's out of the house. He went from non-existent to living in his mom to coming in the world and now fully out. And it's still 6 years buffer on that too. So
It builds character.
it
builds
does,
character when you're a fan of a team like that.
I'm very happy, and maybe I shouldn't
You're
say.
not afraid to tweet about it either. Huh?
No. I probably shouldn't say this on air on MLB Network, but he is sharing my MLB TV login up in San Jose. So
That's
You know, the powers that be. You might get an email. I don't know if we can
how many
control
appearances
that
do I
one.
have to make before I get a free
I was gonna
MLB
say,
TV?
I usually
Let's
do
hook this
definitely
guy
do
up,
that.
please.
I mean, I usually cancel in August anyways because I'm tired of watching the Mariners.
I'm pretty sure some of us don't even get it for free either.
Unbelievable. That's crazy.
Speaking of appearances, you're on your comedy tour right now.
Yes.
Stanford dates. Where can we find you? Where are you performing? Give us all the details.
Anywhere and everywhere. DustinNickerson.com/tour. There's some upcoming dates. I will probably talk about your sports teams in every city I go
Love
to.
that.
That's fun.
It's a thing I gotta, it's a fun thing for me. It's a way to connect with each city. I was in Cleveland a couple weekends ago. I don't know. We'll see if this airs or not. But one of my favorite things about Cleveland is you don't have to. It's very easy to tell who voted for who just based on what they call the baseball team there.
It's a very good point. Very well played. You're right. That's the barometer.
They don't need the red hats. They got a different logo on the hat. So I try and incorporate as much of that as I
love
can
that.
into it.
That's really fun. I
awesome.
saw that you're going to be in Brooklyn, where I live,
Yeah.
on December 3rd. That's a tough line to walk with all the sports teams in New York. It's very divisive. So I wish you luck.
Yeah, no, it'll
a lot of fun.
be easy. If you're a Mets fan, I like you. You're a good person, and if you're a Yankees fan, whatever.
Beat it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
He's an M's fan. All right, we're going to step aside here on this edition of Off Base with our special guest, comedian Dustin Nickerson. We come back, the man of the hour, the man of the season. Dustin, I think we know who your MVP pick is.
Yeah, I inspired his mustache.
Obviously.
Just like diehard fans of Major League Baseball, Chevy trucks show up no matter what. Because the Chevy lineup of trucks has always stepped up to the plate and helped hardworking people get things done. Visit Chevy.com/trucks to find the truck that can take you from the ballpark to the worksite and back again.
Here comes Cal Raleigh, and everybody rising to their feet. They're looking for even more history. Fly ball to right field, number 60! A catcher has hit 60 home runs. Your MVP moment, Cal Raleigh.
He might have just won it with that one swing. Very few have reached that milestone, punched his ticket to that MVP.
What a magical season it has been for the Big Dumper as he continues to make history. I love this Dustin Nickerson comedian joining us here on this edition of Off Base. Remains America's greatest hope at Unity. Tell us why, and then also, as we get into the catcher and the why, which I love here, why he should be the MVP this season.
Right, yeah, I mean, the hope at Unity, except for Yankees fans, I understand that. And you're supposed to support your own. Listen, I get it. I totally get it. And as a comedian and non-baseball player and Mariners fan, I am happy to bring no expertise and all the bias in the world.
That's what most people are bringing anyway.
I know,
exactly.
honestly. Yeah. I have as much expertise as most Hall of Fame voters. So, yeah, I mean, listen, you can only. The MVP is it's not unlike what I do in that. If someone's good or bad or funny or not, that's subjective. How do you quantify value? And for Seattle, we're looking at this as Mariners fans, and not just the context of this season, but the context of what he's meant to the city, to the organization. So I mentioned before, Cal put pressure on the front office to go and pick up more players and to pick up deadline trades and free agent acquisitions. You put into with the winning like Seattle Mariners are not a team that gets talked about. If Jorge Posada would have done this, they would have put him in the Hall of Fame mid-career.
Right on the spot.
Right on the spot. If Jorge Posada would have hit 40 home runs, they'd be like, well, he's the best we've ever seen. And now a catcher, a switch-hitting catcher hits 60 home runs and like, I don't know, Judge's OPS is pretty high. What are we even talking about here? You see what I'm doing right here, sitting? I'm sitting, okay, and I'll switch it up and I'll stand right here. That's what Aaron Judge does for 95% of baseball games. All respect to Judge, he's fantastic. And sometimes he does this. Yeah. And he goes like this. And then he chews his gum. I mean, he has, and then he looks around. I think he's dealing more with heckles than he is baseballs. What's a right fielder fielding a game? 4? I look at it, they get about 4 or 5 play opportunities. Average at bat is 4 to 5 pitches.
You have a quantitative
He's doing
argument.
more per batter than he does, and that's when Judge is in the game. So obviously, Judge has had a better offensive season. If only there was an award for Offensive Player of the Year.
Right.
I think it's a compliment to Cal Raleigh, Big Dumper. I've heard Thicky Mantle. That's pretty good, too.
Wait, that one's new. Have you heard that?
Thicky Mantles.
I haven't heard Thicky.
That is nice.
That one's,
we will be using
one's floating
Thicky
around.
Mantle. I want a T-shirt that says
The Yankee fans might not like that.
Yeah. Well, then Mickey should have hit more home runs. I think it's a compliment. Ultimately, I don't think Raleigh will get it, and because of a lot of the factors that we mentioned here, but. Ultimately, it'll be a compliment to Cal Raleigh because I don't think you know how to quantify what he's doing.
Yeah.
You don't know how to quantify what he's doing because catchers don't do it.
Right.
I mean, truly.
That's a great
I mean,
point.
he does more work putting on his gear in between innings than Aaron Judge does 95% of the game.
I think that's what people discount. A lot of a lot of people don't really realize what goes into the catching side of things, right? And especially when you hear fans just talking about offensive numbers, right?
Yeah.
That's when you know, okay, this person has no idea what it takes to do what Cal's doing just behind the plate by itself.
Yeah.
What about behind the scenes? Like, you have to be an expert not only in your pitching staff, but also the opposing lineup. And then, oh, by the way, you have to go up to the plate. And you're taking the beating physically behind the plate.
Tell me what, again, I like Aaron Judge, and that's hard for me to say.
He's a very likable guy.
I don't like Yankees.
He's a good guy.
It's for a Mariner fan to like a Yankee. That's hard to say. But again,
Does that hurt?
What is he prepping for out in right field? And again, that's when he plays right field. He looks at a little sheet, right? No, I got to take 8 steps to the left. That's what he's doing. And Cal Raleigh's doing breakdowns on every. He's calling the game. To me, it's a baseball award, right? Yeah. This is a baseball award. I think the person that plays more baseball should win the award. He plays a lot more baseball.
That's the tweet.
Yeah. No, I think you have some excellent points, and I've made some of those same points for Cal, and I think, both of these guys, either way, it's almost like I almost just want to sit and appreciate what they've both done because we may never see 2 guys go at it like this ever again,
Yeah, I mean, all due respect, again, if someone votes for Aaron Judge, I understand where they're coming from in that, because I know people have been like, oh, yeah, the co-MVP, you know, maybe something along those lines.
That's what I was about to ask. 79. Would you be okay with co-MVPs?
I mean, no. I mean, it would be better than
I
him
feel like
not
as a
getting
Mariners
it.
fan, you couldn't be
You'd
okay
rather
with that.
just give it to Judge.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate. Again, we've lived in the Ken Griffey Jr. was not a unanimous Hall of Famer. Mariano Rivera was.
Wild.
Yeah.
What world are we living in where a closer is more valuable than your center fielder if they wear the pinstripes? I get it. I think if the roles were reversed, this isn't even a question. They probably would, and if he didn't have the nickname or win the Derby, they'd be like, I think the Mariners might have a catcher.
The time zone is so tough. The market is tough. Like there's
I
no
know.
arguing that when you're going
the
up.
city
Yeah,
that
I
never
get that.
sleeps loves to go to bed at 11:30. They really don't. The
We get
Mariners are
tired.
up so late.
It's late. We have an early morning.
I love this.
Commuted to Manhattan.
We're the only
really
city
tough.
that matters.
But also a great thing about this, you don't get the Mariners fan perspective on national TV very often. So
Getting it right now.
that's why I love this.
Yeah.
It's impossible to put into words how much Cal Raleigh means to the Mariners. It really is. When you look at it, not just from like any time you take a Mariners team and they are in the national spotlight, that takes a superstar.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
it does.
takes someone
Yes, it
who is
does.
bigger than a team, is bigger than a catcher. Because when you talk about the Mariners, what do people think about? They always go Griffey. They go straight to
Always.
Griffey. The
Ichiro,
only other,
yeah.
and Ichiro, the 2 MVPs we've ever had. And that's the level of stardom that you have to be. You have to be an MVP
It's
caliber.
weighted. It's
you know?
weighted. But
Yeah.
he's
Also, those are the only
up to
times
the
we win the
task.
division. So.
Well, fingers crossed for
Yeah.
you and your Mariners. Dustin, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining
man.
us.
Thanks for having
It
me.
was an
Awesome.
absolute
It's great.
treat. Good luck. When we come back, I don't know if you're going to like this. You might want earmuffs because X is about to make the case for Aaron Judge
Well, I got to go to work.
and his MVP.
We gotta
candidacy.
be, balanced.
That's
little
what we
bit.
bring here, sort of. Dustin, thank you.
Yeah,
Any
thank
Judge
you.
jokes while you're at it?
No, I like Aaron Judge a lot.
He's a
I
great
really
guy.
do.
Great
yeah,
baseball
yeah,
player.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I like it.
So here's Judge. White Sox lead 1-0. Driven deep to right center field. Going back, Taylor. Track. Wall. See ya. Flight 50 is landed. 50 home runs or more for the 4th season of his career.
I'm sure within his mind he was thinking, I need to get to 50. Such a magical number.
Well, X, like we alluded to in the last block, we are all about balance here. Dustin Nickerson made the argument for Cal Raleigh and him becoming the MVP in 2025. For Aaron Judge, maybe not even against Cal Raleigh necessarily, but what sets him apart?
Yeah, I just think that, Cal is maybe having the most magical season, but I think we know who the most feared hitter in all of Major League Baseball
Universally.
is. And it's evident of the intentional walks. 36 intentional walks. Let's get into the intentional walks to get my video started because I think it's an understanding of, okay, I don't even want to mess with this guy. I know what he's capable of doing. Look at this last, going against Toronto, tie ball game, just a runner on first, right? You don't want to mess with them. This is what we've seen. You go back just recently against the White Sox, go to the 24th, we walk him because this is what he does. The day before, goes bomb. But to me, the reason why he's such a good hitter is because he's not afraid to do this. Go to the opposite field. Use the other way. He could go poolside all he wanted to. He's the biggest, strongest player in the game. But he knows how to be a good hitter, evident of the swing path, evident of his ability to stay on swing plane, evident of his ability to have the right attack angle that allows him to have some loft in his swing. But he still understands I can let the ball travel. I can let it get deep. I even think about the attack direction, 6 degrees to the pull side. I know it's easy for me to pull the ball. But if I allow the ball to travel, if I allow myself to see the whole field, I'm going to be the best version of myself.
Okay, so it's easy to say and it's easy to watch when it's Aaron Judge, one of the best hitters of his generation, if not the best. How do you make those adjustments in real time? And if you're a kid watching at home, how do you work on going oppo?
I think this is one of the things right here is starting to get your exit velocities. We just saw his 3 hardest exit velos, starting to get them going to the opposite field. I want to start hitting the ball harder to the opposite field because if I can do that, then I can recognize off speed a little bit better and be able to catch it out in front. So you evaluate yourself by seeing, if we can pull that spray chart back up, that was the last thing we just had. is his spray chart almost looks like he's a left-handed hitter because he's able to use that other side. To me, you're talking about young hitters, and I think that's where if I'm telling my kids, 6, 7 years old, what to start doing, it's how do I hit hard line drives, great exit velo, going to the opposite field, because that allows everything else to open up. And you become dangerous because you're not just a power hitter, you're all around one of the best hitters in the league. He's one of the best because he's not afraid to use the whole field, and he's not afraid to be patient. He's one of the most patient guys. He'll swing and miss, but if he swings and misses, it's in the strike zone. So he's not chasing outside the strike zone. To me, that's what separates him from so many other hitters is, he's the biggest and strongest, but he's acting like as if he's just trying to hit the ball hard, middle of the field the other way. The results happen themselves.
No, it's not just the big guy getting up to the plate and swinging as hard as he can. Aaron Judge will be back in the postseason. Now, will he be in the World Series? Let's get your World Series prediction.
I think yes, and I said it early in the season, Yankees-Dodgers World Series prediction, rematch, Dodgers repeat. We haven't seen it in quite some time. I think it happens this year. With all the ups and downs of the Dodgers, I think they get it done.
If there's a team that can get it done, it is Dave Roberts and his Dodgers. Okay, it might be recency bias because we had Dustin Nickerson on the show, but I'm going with Seattle and Philly. Phillies finally get the job done.
Wow.
I feel like they're kind of at the window's closing for this young core. Not even young core anymore. Phillies daycare is gone. Without Wheeler, though, they still have Christopher Sanchez, and I think they can get it done. And you have the Tarantula. It's going to be so fun. I love Phillies playoff baseball.
Schwarber
it's the
doing
fans.
Schwarber things.
Schwarber's going to do Schwarber things. Bryce Harper's going to do Bryce Harper things, and it's going to be a blast. And of course, we have Brandon Marsh, so he's the straw that stirs the drink. All right. Thank you so much for a great season. I had a blast with you on Off Base. So glad to be back. Enjoy the playoffs, my friends. He's going to be all over the place, so be sure to tune in and watch X.
We'll see you
wherever
guys.
he is. All right. See you next season. Bye.
Bye.